they are, so for example, again, they have captured defeated Pandyas. So this area. This area is technically your Pandi Nadu, right? Pandi Nadu or Pandi Mandalam. So Pandi Nadu. So this whole area, Pandi Nadu. So they have defeated Pandyas, Pandi Nadu. Yeah, Pandi Nadu. This is your Chola Mandalam core part. Right. Then. Yeah. Okay. So so there are two more words over here. Two more words. One is Malai Mandalam. This is the part where they had conquered the Kerala territory. So Kerala territory under them will be called as Malai Mandalam. Pandya territory will be called as Pandi Nadu. Plus their core part, similarly Ganga Nadu. Right, and the core part is the Chola Mandalam. Then Nagapattinam is the port, important port, and Tanjore is the capital. Here you have Kanchipuram as well, and Madurai. This is important. Madurai, important center for Pandyas. Madurai, and here Kanchipuram. Right, so now we understand the geography. Right, and let's how can we forget this? So now they will expand into Sri Lanka as well. So this is Mumuddi Chola. So Mumuddi Chola Mandalam. So now they are actually reigning over Sri Lanka as well. The Mumuddi Chola Mandalam, the Mumuddi Chola. So yes. Right, so this is basically their reign, and they will expand more. This is just the beginning, right? And we will understand that they have expanded into. So let me show you their naval expedition first before we start. So they are also known for the naval expedition. They have very strong navy, and these Cholas, Tanjore is the capital, and these Cholas will have naval expedition. For example, they will attack on Kerala from seaside. Right. First, second, they will also capture the Sri Lanka. Right. First, any half Sri Lanka, then full Sri Lanka. Then they will also capture Maldives. Right, plus they will even go to Sri Vijaya, Indonesia. They will defeat Sri Vijaya, right? So now they are into Indonesia as well, right? Sri Vijaya, Indonesia. So they have a strong navy, and we find a lot of very points. If you have seen that, the other king was fighting in Sri Lanka, right? So they are fighting in Sri Lanka. It's okay if you have not seen the movie. I'm not saying you need to see the movie, right? Okay, but yeah. So again, the Starcast is super awesome, now Vikram and all. So yeah, okay, even Aishwarya Rai is there, right? Okay, no, I'm not tempting you. Don't worry. So okay. Now, somebody was asking, what is Tondai Mandalam? Right, Tondai Mandalam. So let me tell you, Tondai Mandalam. Tondai Mandalam is technically the border of Tamil Nadu and Andhra. Right, so this part. Right, northern Tamil Nadu, southern Andhra. This part. This is Tondai Mandalam. Right, it is between two rivers. One is Pennar. Right, that's what I was saying yesterday. Pennar. And another one is Ponnayar. Okay, let's move ahead. So we have established, something big is happening, right? And we established that what kind of kingdom they are establishing. Plus we understand that they have navy, right? A very strong navy. Let's go deep and let's finish. Let's talk about their dynasty first, right? So now the dynasty starts from your Vijayalaya. So Vijayalaya. So let me use. No. Okay, no issues. Okay, no problem. Let's continue. So now the story starts from Vijayalaya. So Vijayalaya is technically he's founding this empire at 850. Right, easy to understand. Right, earlier there were Pallavas over here. So he is technically a feudatory of Pallava. Okay, so he's technically feudatory of Pallava. Right. Then so if he has to win, then he has to defeat Pallavas. So under the Pallavas, he has captured the Kaveri Delta. So he captured Kaveri Delta and established his capital, or established his very small kingdom at Tanjore. So story starts from Tanjore only. That Kaveri Delta we have seen, right? So the story starts from Tanjore only. A very humble beginning, a very humble start. When Pallavas were weak, right? At 850 now Pallavas, hardly matters now. So Pallavas, he was a Pallava feudatory, and he will get Tanjore. So he has defeated Muttarayar. So he defeated Muttarayar, and he got this area, Tanjore, Kaveri Delta area. Now, next important king is Aditya. So first is your Vijayalaya. So we saw Vijayalaya. So Vijayalaya is the founder, right? He was the feudatory of the Pallava dynasty, right? And he has captured from Muttarayar. And the first thing, very smart, very you can say simple, or very humble beginning. So this is your Vijayalaya. After this, Aditya comes. Right? Aditya, maybe you'll be able to relate, right? So now, Aditya will start, you can say, a bit of expansion over here. So Aditya will defeat Pallavas. Aditya will defeat Pandyas. Right? Again, this ball to ball is not important. We are just establishing, so we are looking at these things, but otherwise not very important. Other than that, he also has. So Aditya will defeat Pallavas, Pandyas, plus matrimonial relationship with the Gangas. Matrimonial relation with Gangas. Now I am sure you must have forgotten Gangas, right? Gangas. So you must. Okay, let's see if you can remember this, if you know this. So we had discussed that this is the zone of Pallavas. The Tamil country, Pallavas, and they were expanding. Plus also we had discussed the Gangas, southern Karnataka, northern Karnataka, right? So Karnataka we had discussed Gangas of Mysore. Remember? Right, Gangas of Mysore. Yeah. So we were also calling them Western Gangas. Or Gangas of Mysore, because we have to distinguish them from the Kalinga Gangas. Right, yeah, to Gangas. So this Aditya, the second king Aditya has defeated, obviously had matrimonial relationship with Ganga. So now from here they are trying to expand. Now Pallavas are not very strong. So from Tanjore, they are trying to expand. right, having matrimonial relationship with them. So again, a small beginning. Then the third king is Parantaka. Parantaka, the third one. Right, now we are approaching 1000 technically, right? What I want you to observe is it's not like how we are going through all of this. The first three are important, and then only these two are important. That's it. Nobody else. Right? So only the first three and these two. We'll come to these two, but let's finish first three. So Parantaka. So now we are reaching 950. It's like 100 years. So first 100 years done. Right. So Parantaka, you realize that Parantaka is the one who has started fighting Sri Lanka. Right. So now if you realize that here, one of the contender is Sri Lanka as well. They are also participating. Sri Lanka. So what happened? There was a fight with Pallavas. Right. And what? Okay. Let me add one more element over here. There is one small kingdom over here which is Pandyas. And they were known for gems of jewels, right? They were expert in pearls, right? So a lot of pearls and jewels they had. So now Parantaka was interested in the jewels of Pandyas. So he wanted jewels of Pandyas, but he could not. Right? And he could not get the jewels of Pandyas. Right? So now what will happen over here? So this Parantaka will take these jewels to Sri Lanka. The Pandyans again. The Pandyan king. I think promise. Okay, I'll make it again. Wait. So earlier there was Pallavas. Right, but Pallavas have declined, right? Pallavas, if you realize, Pallavas is your B zone. Sorry, A zone. A zone is Pallavas versus Chalukyas. Remember? Chalukyas. And they were Chalukyas of Badami. But now we are talking about Pallavas. Pallavas have declined into this spot. And now, who is rising from here? From at Tanjore, your Cholas are rising. Right, Cholas are rising. Now, when Cholas are rising, they will have to face what? Let's understand that part. They will have to face, first of all, Cheras over here. Chera Navy, Chera. And Cheras have a lot of, you can say, a good navy as well. A lot of ships. Plus, there is a small kingdom over here at Madurai. Pandyas at Madurai. So they will have to face Pandyas at Madurai. Right. Plus, they both will be supported by Sri Lanka king as well. Right. So Sri Lanka. So technically, this is an alliance of Cheras, Pandyas, and Sri Lanka, all three in the south against Cholas. Right. Other kingdoms, what he will have to face? They will have to face is one is Gangas, a small kingdom, Karnataka, Gangas. Right. What else? Now there is one more kingdom over here at Vengi. Remember, Vengi, and they are what? Chalukyas of Vengi or Eastern Chalukyas because they are on the eastern side. Similarly, one more contender gradually we'll see in the C section, right? In the C section, basically C zone, we'll see one more contender coming in, which is Western Chalukyas, Chalukyas of Kalyani. We have not studied them yet because we have not gone into C zone, right? Yeah, the Chalukyas. Now these Chalukyas are at Kalyani, but not right now. The story starts like this. So now, you will take a break, you can pause, and then you can watch if you're thinking how to over and over. Okay, so now, so you realize these are the contenders. If Cholas has to expand, then Cholas will have to expand from here. Initially, they will have to fight their, the immediate neighbors, right? They will have to fight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they can go further. Then they can fight further. But first of all, they need to handle them. And Chera is having a navy as well. Very inspiring. Very, very, you can say challenging. Right? Why inspiring? Cholas will say that if I have to defeat Cheras, I also need a navy. Right? And that is how they will explore into navy. That is how they will hire a navy or build a navy. Right? So this is the political situation over here. So now let's talk about Parantaka. So we're talking about Parantaka. So in this situation, Parantaka is fighting with Pandyas. Whatever is remaining of Pallavas, it is fighting with Pallavas as well. Right? Plus these Pandyas had fled to Sri Lanka. So there is a fight with Sri Lanka as well. Sorry, Parantaka we're talking about again. Okay, we're talking Parantaka. So again. So we have seen Vijayalaya, he's the founder. He took the kingdom out of Pallavas. That's the first thing, right? So Vijayalaya we have seen. Second we saw Aditya. Minor fights here and there. Small beginning. Jaya start. Again fought Pallavas, Pandyas as well. Right? Third we are talking about is your Parantaka. So fight with Sri Lanka actually begins with Parantaka. He was actually fighting Pandyas. He wanted the jewels of Pandyas. The pearls of Pandyas. Right? The pearls they were. They had a lot of pearls because they were great in pearl fishing. Right? Pearl mining or pearl fishing. They were great there. So they had a lot of money, a lot of pearls like that. So they wanted to capture that part, but could not. And so he is not happy. So the king has gone to basically the jewels were with Sri Lanka now. So that is the reason he will attack. So he will attack Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka at that time is also called as Ilangai. Yeah, okay. So Sri Lanka is also called as Ilangai, right? So this is one part where they are fighting Sri Lanka. But in this story, we must also add right now we should not forget we are in B zone. Right, we are in B zone. Right, and B zone before Chalukyas of Kalyani can come, there is already Rajputas over here. So this expansion or development is happening below Rajputas. Right, so at the by the Rajputas, so basically they will be attacked by the Rajputas as well. So once Cholas started to expand, Cholas started to gain, you can say, some prominence. Right, Krishna 3 Rajputa. Right, first of all Krishna 2. So he had defeated Krishna 2 at the Battle of Vallala, but then Krishna 3 came and took the whole advantage. And from here, the you can say the power of Chalukyas diminished for some time. Right, Parantaka defeated Sri Lanka. Parantaka defeated Krishna 2 as well at Battle of Vallala, but Krishna 3 will come, right, and he will defeat Parantaka. Right, moral of the story is he is the founder. Again, he is the founder. Aditya gave some expansion. Right, Parantaka fought with Sri Lanka. Parantaka fought with Rajputas as well, but then defeated by Rajputas round 2. Right, and then after this, hardly anything matters. Till we have Raja. Right, to till the spot 1000, and nothing matters. So now we will have to wait for Raja. So after Parantaka, for a long duration, you see, for a lot of kings. So roughly from 950 to 985, almost 35 years. So for 35 years there is vacuum because of Rajputas. Now, so when Raja becomes king, so now the story starts. So now first thing, you must understand that only these two matters. Again, coming back to the timeline. Only these two matters. One is Raja, another one is Rajendra. Now, first thing you need to notice, and this is happening at 1000 CE. This is the spot where North India is being troubled by raids of Ghajini. Are you getting a point? He started raiding at 1000. Right, exactly at 1000 he started raiding. So this is the spot where North India is being troubled by Ghajini, and in South India we have Cholas expanding. We have Raja. So Raja. Right, the Raja is 985 to 1014, 15 years here, 15 years there. Right, so 985 to 1014 is Raja, and then his son Rajendra takes over from 1012 to 1044. So this is like a reign of, let's say, 50, 60 years, which will be the deciding factor for the whole Chola, you can say whole Chola kingdom. Right, so let's talk about Raja. Again, Vijayalaya is the founder, took it from Pallavas, he was the feudatory of Pallavas. Adityavan expanded, side expansion under Adityavan. Parantaka fought with Sri Lanka as well, right, Sri Lanka, and then he also fought with Rajputas, defeated Rajputas, Krishna too. But then he got defeated by Rajputas, and that led to the decline of the vacuum of 35 years. And then finally, Raja 1 comes into picture, and a new story starts. So let's get back to Raja 1. So Raja 1. So Raja 1. So now, so first of all, let's talk about Raja 1. First of all, let's discuss his military conquest, because rest is simple. Only military conquest is a bit challenging. Military conquest. So now, military conquest, if you see. So the first fight. So there are Pandyas and Cheras, Pandyas, and Raja is trying to expand from here. This is Raja Chola. Chola. So now, what will happen? So Cheras had king Bhaskar Ravi Varman. So Bhaskar Ravi Varman. And first of all, he will defeat Bhaskar Ravi Varman. So this is the basically starting point. The starting point, you will be fighting with your immediate neighbors. Right? First of all, you have to subdue your immediate neighbors. Then you can go for the right. So he will defeat Bhaskar Ravi Varman, and this is Battle of Kandalur Salaivar. Battle of Kandalur Salaivar. So first he has subdued his immediate neighbor Cheras. Actually, what was happening? These Cheras, Pandyas, and then of course Sri Lanka. Right? They were basically ganging against him. Right? They were ganging against him. But that is the reason he needs to subdue first these three. If he can handle these three, others he'll be able to handle. Right? So he has defeated the Cheras, and then he had also defeated Pandyas. So Pandyas had Amar Bhujanga. Name is not important. Defeated Amar Bhujanga. Even if you skip this name, it's okay. He was defeated, and there's a place Veeri Nam captured. Right? Again. So now he will also next he will also expand into. So what is happening? There is some chaos or some civil rebellion in Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka is anyway in problems. Right? So right now, king over here is Mahinda V. Mahinda V. Right? So because the area is in trouble, so what he will do? He will attack and he will occupy this part. So there is a city called Anuradhapurva. So he will destroy Anuradhapurva. Destroyed. And he will establish a new capital at. I hope this color is visible. Yeah, seems so. Okay, he will establish a new capital, which is Polonnaruwa. And this province, basically this area you see, right? This area is also called as Jananath Mangalam. And now, after you can say defeating all three, because they were the pain, right? They were really paining him. They were really troubling him. So after subduing all three, now he took this title of Mumuddi Chola. So Raja took the title Mumuddi Chola. Right, Mumuddi Chola is the one who rules Chera plus Cholas plus Pandyas. The one who rules all three is Mumuddi, right? And that is the reason he named this area as Mumuddi Chola Mandalam, my Mandalam, right? First time I have defeated Sri Lanka, so this should be called as Mumuddi Chola Mandalam. Right, okay. Then, now it's time he can explore more. So then he will also, first of all, expand into Maldives. So one you can need to write, again this will come over here somewhere. So he will also send one naval expedition to Maldives, and Maldives is also under his command. So Maldives, Sri Lanka, Cheras, Cholas, Pandyas, right, well defeated. Now it's not like his Cheras are finished or Pandyas are finished. No, they are there, but under his command now. So his reign is expanding now. Right, and his reign has expanded a lot now. Right, expanded into this as well. Okay, let's not make this dirty, but you want the point. Okay, so next, the target is Chalukyas of Vengi. Chalukyas. So initially there will be war, but then he will give his daughter to Chalukyas of Vengi. So there is a matrimonial alliance. Right, matrimonial alliance with Chalukyas of Vengi. Right, then another expansion which happened in his reign is of now the reign is under, this area is under Western Chalukyas. Right, Rajputas are not anymore, Western Chalukyas. And this is the capital is Kalyani, also called Kalyani. Right, now we are into C zone. After 1000 what's happening? Right, in C zone, now Western Chalukyas are there, and he will defeat this king Satya Shreya. So he attacks them, and Satya Shreya, right, Satya Shreya will fled. He will leave his capital. Right, he will say, sir, where man? Please stay. He will catch hold of him. He will catch him, and he will restore him. Yeah, please sit on the throne, sir. Right, plus now you need to pay tribute to me, and Satya Shreya will have to pay tribute on the regular basis. Yeah, so these are basically the main, you can say. One more thing. So now when he fled, also, by the way, this campaign is being held not only by Raja, but also his son Rajendra Chola is big enough, and he's also supporting him. So both are there. So Western Chola campaign, both are there. Right, and especially the second one. So now again, not important. Don't go for wall-to-wall commentary. But actually again, it is not required to go for all this wall-to-wall commentary. But I'm trying to go into this direction so that things get connected. Right, things will help. This will help us understand who are there and what is the story, what is the connection. Otherwise, it becomes very mechanical as well. So that is the reason I'm going into this discussion instead of saying he defeated all etc. Okay. So try to build this part again. Even if you don't remember all the stories, if you don't remember all the names, it's okay. Right, I'm not expecting UPSC to go this much deep, but let's finish once. Right, these two are important. So why not? Let's discuss what happened with them. Yeah. Okay. So Satya Shreya is the first king over here, Western Chalukyas, who got defeated. Now, what they did? First of all, here they have also, ransacked, destroyed Kalyani. Kalyani was under their command. Kalyani. Plus, they brought one Dwarpal statue. Right? They brought one statue from there, a statue of Dwarpal, and they said, "Yes, so they brought this statue, Dwarpal statue, and they installed at Darasuram temple. So this Dwarpal installed at Darasuram temple at Kumbakonam. Kumbakonam. Right, so yeah, so basically this is all the conquest which happened in his reign. Right, we are done with the conquest all part. Okay, so let's add few more things which is important during his reign. Right, conquest we are done. So first thing, he has a guru and mentor. Again, we are continuing with Raja. So military conquest we have seen. Then he has a guru. The name is Karuvirar. I'll show you his photo. We have his photo. Karuvirar. Right. Then one more fact you write. He has defeated Chera Navy. We have discussed Chera, but this name didn't come. So Chera Navy at Thiruvananthapuram. Right, Thiruvananthapuram. Plus, then Bhakti compilation will start happening over here. Bhakti compilation. Actually, Bhakti compilation we discuss once. Otherwise, it will be like everybody like Bhakti compilation. Once we discuss what all compilation happened. Right, then if you see, he also conducted land assessment, so that better revenue calculation can be done. Assessment and reorganization of the territory happened under Valanadus. So the whole kingdom was reorganized under Valanadu as per this assessment. Right, then last point is that military we see military. So now this is a very strong kingdom, and without a standing army, this will not make sense. So standing army is important. Standing army. You also realize that there are a lot of provinces under it. That means number of feudal lords are comparatively less. What happened? Yeah, okay. The number of feudal lords are comparatively less. Right. So yeah, so a lot of feudal lords are there. It's not like they're there. But still, the standing army is there, supported by feudal lords. But standing army amount is good. Right. That is the reason. That is how they are expanding so much. Right. This much expedition cannot, this much fight cannot happen without your own army. Right. So yeah. So standing army. Plus we realize they have a strong navy as well. Inspired by Cheras, they have a strong navy as well. Right. Now also in this there will be elephant again. Basic thing. Elephant. What is cavalry? What is infantry? Yes. But there are multiple regiments like this. There are multiple regiments, and these regiments have a lot of autonomy as well. They can decide things, right? And they have autonomy. And if they want to do something, like if they want to donate something to someone, let's say donate something to a temple, they can. Right? So comparatively, they have a very good, you can say, power like this. Like they have autonomy. Also, he's famous for Brihadeshwar temple. Brihadeshwar temple. So it's Brihad. Name itself suggests that it is Brihadeshwar. Let's see how it looks like. So Brihadeshwar temple. So now, if you see, so he's basically Raja. Now we're talking about Raja. So Raja. This is his guru. He's Raja. His guru Karuvirar. Right. Where we found this photo? We found this photo. जो है military conquest and all we have discussed. We found this photo over here. By the way, in Sri Lanka, he also constructed one Shiv temple. Right in Polonnaruwa and Shiv temple in Polonnaruwa at Mahatita. One more word you can write to. Right, Mahatita. Okay. So yeah. So we have discussed all this naval expedition, etc. This is Brihadeshwar temple. Now, of course, this is obviously coming from that Dravidian architecture. So now he's giving a new, you can say, stage to the Dravidian architecture. Right. A new one. Dravidian architecture continued. Brihadeshwar Dravidian. So basically, this is considered as the classic example of the Dravidian style of temple architecture. Right, a proper Viman over here, a pyramidal Viman, so high, right, pyramidal. And then a shikhar, a capstone. We have a shikhar here. Right, then there's a whole pillared window, and there is nothing over the pillared window. Right, and a lot of sculptures and all. Everywhere you find a lot of nandis. So yeah, this is Shiva temple, right, and this is Brihadeshwar, also called as Rajarajeshwar temple. By the way, the temple made in Sri Lanka is also called as Rajarajeshwar temple. So this was the story of Raja. Now let's talk about Rajendra I Chola. Okay. Again, Rajendra I Chola. Again, let's talk about his military conquest first. Military conquest. Now, first of all, the Chera Pandyas, right? Cheras and Pandyas, right? Cheras Pandyas. First of all, yes, they were you can say wiped out, right? Defeated permanently. Now they got wiped out. That is the first thing he did. Second, here he will also appoint his son. His son is Jatavarman. Jatavarman Sundar Chola. He will appoint as governor. Jatavarman Sundar Chola. Now this also feels like a lot of central power is there. Right? Jatavarman Sundar Chola appointing his own governor. Right? So Jatavarman Sundar Chola. Right? Plus Maldives is still there. Maldives continues under them. Who will fight with them in Maldives? Right? Plus what about Sri Lanka? So last time, if you remember, last time it was half Sri Lanka. This time it will be complete Sri Lanka. Last time Mahinda V had fled to south of, you can say, Mahinda V fled to south of Sri Lanka. But this time he will be captured and brought to Tamil Nadu. Right? So captured and brought to Tamil Nadu. This happened with him. Right? Mahinda V. Plus now those Pandya jewels and all. Pandya jewels, etc. all captured. Right? Pandya jewels, crowns, etc. So now complete Sri Lanka got captured under. We are talking about, by the way, Rajendra Chola. The story starts somewhere around 1000. After 1014 to 1044, I guess. 44. Yeah, 1044, 1012 technically. Yeah, so 1012 to 1044, we are observing that now he is actually, you can say, much more fierce, much more aggressive than his father. Right, so Sri Lanka also gone. Plus, also, so Western Chalukyas, they had anyway defeated, right? So we know by the way, he will also defeat whatever was left of Gangas. So Gangas, right? Do we need to write this? So defeated Gangas as well. Right, defeated Gangas. Plus Western Chalukya, we already know that they were defeated once. Right, we'll talk about Western Chalukyas. Now, Western Chalukyas, what happened? First story we have seen during Raja, what happened? There was somebody who fled and then he was caught back, placed, and whole Kalyani capital was ransacked. Now again, Western Chalukyas. Now again, Kalyani capital, Kalyani. Now the king over here is Jayasimha. right? King is Jayasimha. Now he wants revenge, he wants to interfere, right? Now what is happening? That in Vengi, other Chalukyas. The story happened at Vengi, the other Chalukyas, eastern Chalukyas. So the king of Vengi, that is Villaladitya, died. So king died. Right? Now there is a fight between, after the death of King Villaladitya, there is fight between Vijayaditya VII versus your Raja Narendra. Raja Narendra. Right, Raja Narendra. Now Jaisimha wants that this person Vijayaditya, now he is interfering in the you can say the succession of Vengi, Chalukyas Vengi. Right, so he is trying to interfere into the Vengi Chalukyas, right, and in the reign of Vengi Chalukyas. Right, that is something he's trying to do. And here, what will happen? Raja Narendra, we don't know what is so important about Raja Narendra, but we only know, right? We only know that he is son of Chola princess. Right, we remember there was some matrimonial alliance, right? Matrimonial alliance between Vengi and Cholas, right? So son of Chola princess Kundavai, and this much knowledge is good enough. Right, this much is good enough for Rajendra Babu to support Raja Narayan, and Raja Narayan will ensure that he becomes king. Who becomes Raja? Sorry, Rajendra ensures that Raja Narendra becomes king. He will defeat Vijayaditya and ensure that his, I think his nephew, right, so his nephew should become king. Right, so this is how he has supported the Vijayaditya as well. Yeah, so mainly the conquest part, most of the conquest we have done, but last story is pending. The story of Indonesia. Sri Vijaya Kingdom. Right, so the last story, let's talk about Sri Vijaya Kingdom. What happened over here? No, one more story there. Wait. Before we go for it, let's cover the Indian part. So now you see that he has a good control over the southern India, and now he is the one who will do something which is not done by anyone else till now, right? Somebody conquering, somebody attacking North India from South India. So this is your Rajendra one, and he will plan an expedition towards north. He will defeat Kalinga, and he will also defeat, remember, Pala, the Mahipala. So though he will not go up, right? He will only go to Godavari. To Godavari he will go, but his army, his chief will go further, and he will defeat Pala King Mahipala. Right? And though Mahipala will be able to stop them there, right? But he got defeated. So this expedition was stopped by Mahipal, but still he got defeated. So when Mahipal got defeated, so now this is the big thing, right? This is a really big thing. And Rajendra Chola will take this title, Gangai Konda Chola. So because of this, he will take this title because he has defeated a king on Ganga. Big thing for South India, right? So now, yeah, because nobody has done that before. Also, this is the same route which was followed by, which was used by one of the Gupta king. You remember Samudragupta? So Samudragupta came from, you can say, Bihar Bengal side to Kanchi, and now somebody from Kanchi has retraced the route and reached opposite side. Right, and he will take this title because of this expedition. He will take this title, Gangai Konda Chola. And he will establish one city called Gangai Konda Cholapuram. So Gangai Konda Chola ka Gangai Konda Cholapuram. So he will establish a place called Gangai Konda Chola because of this expedition. Now let's talk about his Indonesia expedition. Indonesia. So what happened? Indonesia, there is Sri Vijaya Kingdom. Sri Vijaya Kingdom was earlier ruled by Mara Vijay Tunga Varman. Mara Vijay Tunga Varman. And he had very good relationship with Chola Empire. Especially he had a good relationship with the Raja. Right. And in fact, at Nagapattinam, he had made one vihara as well. At Nagapattinam, he made one vihara. Yeah, the Chudamani Vihara. He made Chudamani Vihara at Nagapattinam. So Maravija Tunga Varman was having a very good relation. But then he was succeeded by his son Sangram, and his name is Sangram. Right, name itself is Sangram. So believes into fighting and all. Now, what happened? The fighting is basically there's a war between two countries. One is your Khmer Kingdom Suryavarman. Khmer Kingdom Suryavarman. Let me show you where. Right. Another is your Tamralinga. That is Malaysia. Malay Peninsula. Let me show you in the map as well. Wait. Yeah, wait. Yeah. So the fight is between Khmer. And Malay Peninsula. Right, so they were supposed to fight, but then Malay Peninsula will ask Sangram, will you support me, please? Right, and he said, please as well. This is Sri Vijaya Kingdom. So because of this please, he got moved. Right, he was misled by this please. Right, this please come with one more word. And this came with one more word. It says that we both are Buddhist kingdom. How this Hindu kingdom is opposing us. So when this alliance happened, Suryavarman asked the help of Rajendra. Sir, please, can you help me, Rajendra? Right, and we both are Hindu. So this is also one of the nuisance. But believe me, this cannot be the deciding factor. Right, this cannot be the deciding factor. Actually, Rajendra one, there are a lot of guilds over here in Tamil Nadu. Right, in Tamil Nadu there are a lot of guilds. Or in these areas there are a lot of guilds, and not in Tamil Nadu but up as well, like Mani Gramam, Ayya Bole, etc. So now they want to actually business, they want their penetration, right? They want their control. But right now they are not getting that much access to the business of Southeast Asia, right? So he wanted to have some political control in this area. He wanted to have some political penetration in this area, so that you can say, this business and all will flourish, right? And that is the reason he will come, he will defeat, he will attack, and he will capture a lot of ports over here, right? So yeah, so you're talking about so Southeast Asia. So now you'll find that he will attack a lot of ports. He will capture a lot of ports like Lagor, Kedah, Tamasek. Right, he will capture a lot of ports, and now the business and all will be very, very smooth. So these Mani Gramam, Ayya Bole, then Anurwar, right, these business houses, right? Business houses, as we know, and business houses influence. There is a lot of influence of business houses on the business, on the policy, on the polity, right? And on the polity also, we realize that there is always some you can say influence. So here also we find that kind of influence, and we find this was the expedition of Rajendra I. Okay, so we have finished all his conquest, and so he has taken a lot of titles. Let's talk about his titles. He took the title of Gangai Konda Cholapuram, we already know that. He also takes a title of Mudi Konda Chola. right? That is crowned Chola. Crowns. A Chola who has crowned Chola. Then he takes the title of Gangaikonda Cholapuram, you know. Then he defeated Kadaram. So Kadaram Kondan, somebody who has defeated Kadaram Kondan, Chola. And there is one more name, Pandita Chola, because he's a learned person, scholar. So he himself calls, he calls himself, he's very learned. So he's Pandit Chola, learned, he's a scholar. Right, so he's a somebody who has a lot of knowledge like that. So that is the reason he took this title as well. Right. So let's sum up. So again, quick view. By the way, he also made a temple, Gangaikonda Cholapuram. He has a temple. Right, we'll see that temple as well, but in the next class. So again. So we're talking about the first 100 years, right? Vijayalaya, the founder from Pallava feudatory, he got from kingdom. Right, Aditya I, minor fight with Pallavas, Pandyas, etc. Not very relevant. But Parantaka is the one who fought with Sri Lanka and Rajputas, Battle of Vallala. He defeated Rajputas, right? But then he was defeated by the Rajputa king Krishna III, right? And from here, from 35 years roughly, hardly anything matters. Till we have Raja. Right? So Raja came in 1000. The 1000 zone, right? We understand the importance of the zone 1000. Right? Raja I and Rajendra I, they are the one who are leading the spot. We understood the military conquest of Raja I, his fight with Cheras, his fight with Pandyas, his conquest of Sri Lanka, right? Then his matrimonial alliance with Vengi Chalukyas, then his fight with Western Chalukyas as well, Satyashraya. That he also has Maldives with him. So this was the reign of Raja I. Other than that, his guru is Karuvurar, right? And he also conducted land survey assessment at Valanadu. Military we discussed, he has a very strong navy as well. Autonomy of regiments also we have discussed. And plus Brihadeshwar temple is something which was made by him. The Brihadeshwar temple, right? Raja Chola we have seen. Other than that, this is Kadaram. He said Kadaram Chola, right? Because he defeated Kadaram. So that is the reason he's Kadaram Chola. Okay, so we have seen his Sri Lanka and all contests. Then we're talking about Rajendra Chola. So Rajendra Chola, we realize again similar concept, defeated Cheras, Pandyas, and placed his son Jatvarman Sundar Chola as a governor. Bodies still under him, defeated the whole Sri Lanka as well. Mahinda V, right? Mahinda V. So Pandyan jewels and all everything he got, plus he captured Mahinda V, took to his kingdom. Plus we understand Vengi. So Vengi, there is some fight for succession, and he had supported his candidate because the candidate is the son of princes of Cholas, Kunda V. Right. Other than that, he has also taken up the expedition of Ganga, right? And two Palas, defeated Mahipala. So Gangaikonda Chola title he has taken. Then we have also understood the expedition of Indonesian expedition, right? So Vijay Tungvarman, we had very good relationship with Vijay Tungvarman, that he made Chudamani Vihara at Nagapattinam. But Sangram Vijay Tungvarman was someone who will have not that good relationship with us. That instead he meddled into the fight between Thamir and Tamrilinga, and Thamir asked for the help of Rajendra. This is how Rajendra intervened. This is how Rajendra got a lot of space into the this conflict and into this area. For business sense as well, this was important. So Gangaikonda Cholapuram and all we have seen. Okay, so this is basically Gangaikonda Chola temple. It is almost same as replica of Brihadeshwar. Okay, so we have discussed all this. Now after them we see later on the lines are Chalukya Cholas. Why? Because Vengi Cholas, they have a lot of matrimonial relationship, and because of that relationship, Cholas and Chalukyas later on they will get much. So yeah, so this is self-reading for you. That's not very important. And yeah, so later Cholas will find they will exist till 1250, 1270 somewhere. No, ignore this. But the real relevance is not there. Right? It is not very important. The peak is here. Right? After that they will exist, but not very relevant. Right? But later Cholas will also be called as Chalukya Cholas. Chalukya. The reason, a lot of matrimonial relationship had happened. So from here we'll continue. We'll talk about more South Asian contact, how South Asia has Hinduism there, or how this contact had started. Right, so we'll have that discussion. Please let me know, right? Because this was the very first, for the first time I have done this recorded session, right, for any class because of some issues, So yeah, so please let me know if there was any issue, any problem, and also note down your doubts, and we'll have discussion on doubts on Monday, right? And my apologies for the recorded session. I take live sessions, but no issues. Let's meet again. On Monday. We'll continue our discussion. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. See you again. Bye bye. Take care. Good day.